happy Greek Easter. We're filming this on Sunday, so it's a Greek Easter today. And what Kate and I thought we would do, hi Kate, what we thought we would do is Spanakopita Triangles. So the kids are going back to school, so something that they can eat for recess or lunch at home. So I'll run through the ingredients. We have 250 grams of spinach. This is frozen spinach that I've thawed out and then drain out the water. We've got 200 grams or 250 grams of feta. This is Dodoni feta, Greek feta. We've got 2 tablespoons of flour, 4 eggs, the whole eggs, Maxine, I'm not wasting any. 2 small onions diced, there you go Kate. A really nice dice on those. We've got some dill, about 2 tablespoons of dill. That's what dill looks like before I've pulled it apart. We've got some oil in the pan ready to go. And importantly, we have some phyllo pastry. So I'm using Pampas phyllo pastry. And I'm just thawing it out there, and we'll get back to that soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweat off the onion and cook the onion. And then I'm going to throw in the spinach and the dill. So we'll come back when that's done and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so have a look in there. So I've got the spinach with the onion and dill, and also I put in the flour. So you cook it in the pot until the moisture's gone. I also put in a little bit of garlic as well, I have to say. So now what I'm going to do is put in the eggs. There were 4 eggs which I mixed up. The feta, which I'm going to crumble in with my hands. It's really important that you use good feta. This is real feta. Did you know that feta is like champagne, and it can only be called feta if it's made in Greece? But I think some people cheat. So I'll just do this quickly. You can also use silver beet, by the way. I've used spinach, but you can use silver beet. So we're doing this. In the meantime, hopefully your phyllo pastry has defrosted, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. There you go. So I've crumbled all that in with my hands. I did wash my hands before. Okay, so now I'm going to mix all that up into a mixture. Look at that. It's perfect. It's a bit wet. Anyway, have a look at that. You see that? Okay, so I'm going to let this cool down and I'll be back in a sec and I'll show you how to wrap them in the pastry. Okay, I have melted a whole lot of butter, about 250 grams of butter, probably too much. I have also the pastry thawed out, and I've basically cut them into strips like that, a whole lot of strips. So now I'm going to show you. I'm not allowed to say basically anymore, Kate says. So I'm going to use butter. It uses a lot of butter. This is a butter warning, but that's why it tastes so good. So we're going to lay 2 pieces on top of each other, like that, a lot of butter. Then I'm going to take a 2 teaspoon of mixture. You can see that, Kate? Is that good? A mixture there, a little bit more, just because. And then I'm going to wrap it. Can you see what I'm doing? Come really close. I'm going to wrap it and fold it all in into a triangle. Got that? Look at that. So that's a triangle. I'm going to put it on a baking dish. I might put it that way actually, a baking dish. And then I'm going to wash this for a second. It's good. And then I'm going to get some egg wash. And put a little bit of egg wash on top so it gets out brown. I'll do a few more. I'll put it in the oven which is preheated at 175 fan forced. And then we'll put them in the oven and we'll come back and we'll see what they look like. Okay. So I've done a few triangles, but what I wanted to show you is also you can use the same mixture. You can also put a bit of ricotta in there if you want. And then you can get your pastry. You see what I'm doing here? And I'm going to, again, lay out the pastry in a dish. And again, plenty of butter. Plenty of butter. And you can do about 3 layers of this on top. I'll come back in 2 seconds and I'll show you what happens next. So I've got my layers down the bottom and I'm going to put in the mixture in the pan, as you can see. Those who know me well know that I'm not that patient, so this is much better if you just want to make a quick Spanakopita pie and not fart ass around with triangles, but this tastes fantastic. So I've done that. Now I put the roof on it. So again, a couple of layers of the phyllo on top. The beauty with the pastry, see look how thin it is. The beauty with the pastry is that it doesn't have to look that refined on top, because when it cooks, it crisps up and there's like multi-layers on it. It's like parchment. So 2 layers on top, or 3 layers, whatever tickles your fancy. And then we're just going to fold in the sides, pierce a couple of holes on top. I'll get busy on this and we'll come back and we'll show you the end fold and how we put it in the oven. Okay. So I've got my 3 layers of pastry on top. Now what I'm going to do is fold it all in. So it's obviously taken the pastry that was on the bottom, now on the side. I'll actually put one more piece on the top. Bit on the top. You can see that's that. Now I'm going to get my egg wash and just egg on top. This is going to be yum. Yum, yum, yum. I don't know if I mentioned, but butter greased the oven dish, which I did. I think that's all I've forgotten there. So there you go. Again, the egg wash. Fold that baby over in there. I'll just egg wash these. These are the triangles that look a bit funny, don't they, Kate? And then I am going to fork and I'm going to prick some holes on the top, and we're going to put them in the oven, 180 fan forced, and we'll come back and I'll tell you how long they are in when we come back. I think it's about 40 minutes. See you soon. So 45 minutes later, here are the triangles. See those babies? They're brown. Nice, there you go. Look. Nice and crispy. I'll show you what they look like inside. You ready? Hear the crunch. You ready? There you go. Nice. Inside, they'll taste great. And then the Spanakopita, the bigger pie. Look at this baby. That will look good. Should we try and see what happens? Oop, let me just... There you go. Look at that. Look at that. See that? And that is Spanakopita triangles and a bigger pie with lots of pastry. Let's see how hot this is. Dads can cook. Bye.